Imagine being hanged in front of a crowd, left dangling for 30 minutes, declared dead, and then, just as doctors prepare to cut your body open, you take a breath. This is not fiction. This is the true story of Anne Greene, the woman who survived her own execution. Oxford, England, December 14th, 1650. Anne Greene was young, poor, and unmarried, a servant in a wealthy household, in a world ruled by powerful men and merciless laws. When she became pregnant, likely by someone who would never face consequences, her life was already doomed. In 17th century England, an unmarried pregnant woman was not seen as a victim, she was seen as a criminal. Anne tried to hide her pregnancy. When she secretly gave birth alone, the baby was either stillborn or died shortly after. But when the infant's body was discovered, the law did not ask questions. It did not care about proof. It did not care about circumstance. At that time, if an unmarried woman concealed a birth and the baby died, she was automatically presumed guilty of murder. Anne was arrested, tried, convicted, and sentenced to death. On a freezing December morning, she was led to the gallows in Oxford. Crowds gathered. Public hangings were entertainment back then. The noose was placed around her neck. The platform dropped. But this was not the kind of execution where the neck breaks instantly. She strangled, slowly, painfully. For nearly 30 minutes, Anne Greene hung from that rope. Her friends, watching helplessly, even pulled on her legs, trying to hasten her death so she would suffer less. Eventually, her body stopped moving. She was declared dead, or so they thought. According to the law, the bodies of executed criminals could be handed over for dissection. Her corpse was delivered to physicians in Oxford. Among them were William Petty and Thomas Willis. They placed her body on the table, prepared their instruments, ready to begin the autopsy. And then, Anne moved. A faint breath. Her chest rose. Her eyes fluttered. The dead woman was alive. The doctors froze in shock, then immediately abandoned the dissection. They worked to revive her, warming her body, massaging her limbs, stimulating her breathing. Slowly, impossibly, she came back to life. Anne Greene had survived her own execution. News spread like wildfire across Oxford. People did not call it medicine. They called it a miracle. If God had intervened to save her, how could any court dare to execute her again? Public opinion shifted overnight. Authorities had no choice. Anne Greene was officially pardoned, legally dead, legally alive again. And her story didn't end there. She went on to marry, she had children, she lived for many more years. History does not remember her as a murderer. It remembers her as the woman who returned from death. Anne Greene's story exposes the brutal reality faced by poor women in the 1600s, where poverty meant powerlessness and silence meant guilt. Whether you call it medical survival or divine intervention, one thing is clear. Anne Greene refused to die when the world had already buried her. Do you believe this was a miracle or a medical phenomenon? Comment below and subscribe for more true stories that history almost forgot.